Well, we're ready for the next step. I'm going to take my big old grinder sander here and take material off this guy in a big way. So the way I do that is I build a sanding tent, which is basically just a piece of visqueen around this square right here with a ladder and stuff holding it over there. If I don't do that, I put dust all over the place in this garage. I've got my bicycles, some surfboards, the washing machine, various other things in here. If I didn't set up the tent, I wouldn't stay married, I'm sure. That's what I'm going to do next. You can watch. There's a little bit of stop action in there, explanation in the middle, and we'll come back and be ready to go to the next stage. All right. For those of you who haven't seen the sanding tent, this is it. Got my vacuum vortex over here. I've got everything sheeted so the dust doesn't get all over the place. Got my big grinder, my gloves, my bat, everything else. So I'll do the work right here. Let me show you around the back how this works. So there's a big vacuum stuck in that orange bucket. And then we have the blower. So this fan provides positive air movement that way, and it goes over there into the bucket. Now you can see I've got some visqueen here that I'm going to close up, so just the fan part is shown. Walk over here. Yes, it's the sanding tent. So here's my big 6.5 horsepower vacuum. And the hose goes right into the back of the bucket, and it's more or less airtight, a few holes in the way, but this keeps the dust out of the rest of the garage. Let's go back in here, and here's the GoPro recording all the action. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring the pieces up off the floor and sand like crazy. Fun? Not all that crazy about building sanding tents and wearing dust masks, but you got to do it. As you saw, I was using this tool right here, the angle grinder, with a big old 60 grit sanding head on it, made for polishing metal. Really good for taking off material from wood too. And here's a quick video showing it in close-up so you can see how much material this thing takes off. And the result is this lovely thing. Put it up there close so you can see it. A lot different from when it was sitting on the rack with all the glue hanging off of it. You can see the colors start to come through. Different types of wood. That's going to be nice when it's done. Done is still a little ways off. Now you're going to see I've got a tricky little stair step thing going here, because I'm thinking this is going to sit like about like that, maybe on a piece of travertine or metal, I'm not sure what. Like this if you want. Oh, it's going to be really cool. And then we'll have a stair step kind of thing on this end too that I'll have to cut. But first, there's much sanding to be done. I use my orbital sander, hooked up to a small vacuum for dust control. I start with the 60 grit to go over it many times, get it smooth. That's right here, 60. Then I go to the 120. Then we go to the 220. Now this is a little bit easier than some other pieces because there's no inside curves I have to worry about. I can just take this thing and go flat, just back and forth. I can have it sanded down in probably a couple hours, which is great. That's what we're going to do next. I'm not going to subject you to every minute of my sanding. Maybe I'll throw in some fast motion for it, but you kind of get the idea. You know how a sander works. And the objective is to get out to the other end where it's ready for the finisher. We're close. This is the fun part. This is the sculpting part. I'm having a good time.